Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this cute St. Patrick's Day card with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and I also have links for the products that I used. If you would like to order those, you can just click those links and it'll take you to my online store at Stampin' Up. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video. So don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I'm using Seasonal Celebrations. It's got a lot of holidays here. And I'm using the Shamrock. No greetings on this, so I'm using Reason to Celebrate for the St. Patrick's Day, and it's got Happy St. Patrick's Day there. I'm using the beautiful pattern embossing folder, and I used 2 of my circle punches, the 2 3/8 inch circle punch and the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And when I was done with my cards, I looked up and realized that the 2 1/4 is retired. I keep very, very few retired products, but you will not find me getting rid of my circle punches. If you don't have a 2 1/4 inch circle punch, you can use the Stylish Shapes. And this is the focal image that I used with the Stylish Shapes. It does have the little stitched edges on it, which is nice. I am using Garden Green ink and the Garden Green chevron ribbon. My cardstock is not my usual cardstock. I did use a layout that's inspired from Connie Stewart's triple fold card. This cardstock is 11 by 5 1/2, scored at 1 1/4, 5 1/2, and 9 1/4. So we've got a valley fold. This is a valley fold, and mountain fold, and then crease it for the card base. I have 2 pieces of the Garden Green two-tone cardstock. One of them is 4 by 5 1/4, and the other is 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of basic white. This is also 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I'm using some Designer Series paper from Nests of Winter. This is not going to go with St. Patrick's Day, but this sure does. And you have 2 that are 1 by 5 1/4 and 1 that's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have a strip of gold foil sheet that's 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have a strip of Garden Green cardstock that's 9 1/2 by 1 1/4. And you'll also need some more gold foil and basic white. I just cut these strips that are 2 3/4 for punching. And I'm going to start off by doing the embossing. So I'm getting out my beautiful pattern embossing folder. This is one of the 3D embossing folders. I will need to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so I'm going to raise you up. For the 3D embossing folders, you need the big number 1 platform. You do not need the number 2 plate, that's for die cutting. You do not need either of the clear plates. All you need is the number 4 embossing plate. The two-tone cardstock is called two-tone because one side is the regular full-strength color that matches our cardstock. So this is the cardstock and same color, but the other side is lighter. I am using the dark side showing for this, but you could use the lighter if you'd like. I'm just putting it in my folder, and I'm going to use the line to help me line it up straight. So I'm going to put it on top of the base with the number 4 plate on top and roll it through. And I'm doing that with both of them. And if you'd like, you can also do the envelope flap. So I'm putting the flap itself inside the folder and folding the envelope under the folder so it will not be embossed. And I'm done with my machine, so I'll put that away. So I have my embossing, and then I want to bring out the design on this two-tone cardstock, and so I'm going to use a sander. You can use whatever sanding thing that you have. I have this cute little mini sanding block. You can also use nail file. I think these are for filing acrylic nails. Either one will work. You could probably just use a regular nail file if you want. I don't know, it might not be as easy to hold on to. But you can see that that really brings out the white core. And I am just leaving the pattern itself on the envelope. I'm not sanding that. There's no white core. So I'm going to stamp this shamrock on this white. And just for fun, I'm going to put Wink of Stella. If you do this right away, it will kind of blend the green. But it might also turn the white streaks a little green, as it is on here. You can also wait a little bit, and it will not blend as much with the green on the white streaks. Just adds a little sparkle. Clean off the brush. And so I'll punch that out with the 2 1/4 inch circle punch. And I'll punch the 2 3/8 with the gold. And if your punch leaves it a little bit curly edges, you can just use your bone folder. If you use it on the back, you won't be scraping up the gold. And then also for that inside piece, I'm going to stamp. I have both the Happy and the St. Patrick's Day on one block, and I'm going to stamp it at an angle. So we're going to take the 2 1-inch strips of Designer Series paper and put it on both sides of this flap. And we've got about a 1/8 inch border around the edge. So that is on the left side. We're going to put the large piece on the inside. Should have that same 1/8 inch border. The St. Happy St. Patrick's Day goes on this panel. The 1.5 inch strip goes on this panel. So I just want to mention that if you've got a holiday designer series paper in the holidays past, most of our paper that is holiday has kind of generic patterns on the other side, so don't just put that away. So, and then we have our smaller panel, goes here. Same 1/8 inch border. And now I have that gold strip. Now you could put the gold strip here, and it's kind of fun to have that exposed as you open the card. You could put it on this side. I chose to put it kind of in the middle, which is, I kind of had to convince myself that was the best thing. But you could put it wherever you want, of course. So what I'm doing is I'm closing this, and I'm going to kind of notice that this white line is a little bit showing. So I'm going to put my gold next to that white line. And then when I close this up, I want to make sure it's even all up and down. The belly band, this will have a seam, and it's tempting to put the seam in the back, but we're going to hide the seam in the very, very front center of the card. So put your end in the middle, wrap this around, and it should overlap about, I guess that's about 3/4 of an inch. And so we're going to put adhesive there. Now I use liquid glue a lot, but if I need something to stick pretty immediately, I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. And I did put it on each end, so then I can bring those together. You don't want to have it too tight, because you do want to be able to open and close this. And you could use your bone folder to crease this really nicely, but I think it's easier to get your card back inside without using the bone folder. I'm going to put my shamrock on the gold with dimensionals. I always like to put any kind of adhesive on the smaller piece so you don't have adhesive sticking out. And this is a circle, so it doesn't matter which direction you put it on, but you do want to have the border about the same. This is a little bit bigger here. I'm okay with that. And then we want to put our ribbon on here. So I'm going to put some adhesive on the band under where that circle will be. And I said about 18 inches, but I almost never cut this off. I leave it attached while I do my ribbon, whether it's going to be a bow or the ziggy-zaggy thing. So I'm just kind of going zigzag. cutting this at an angle. And I think I did put dimensionals. In fact, I think I will. I'll put dimensionals on the back of this. But I'm instead of putting it on the circle, I'm going to put it on the band. So I am kind of setting it on here to see where my border is. So I am tipping this at an angle. And that's it. Slip off the belly band. I was thinking you could even put another backing on here and maybe put a safety pin, and you could wear that as a decoration. Just a thought. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Here is the web address where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. I also offer lots of resources on my website. Click Shop to see the online exclusives, clearance items, and the products I offer to make crafting more convenient. That includes a cardstock sampler for all the current Stampin' Up! Cardstock and samplers for the Stampin' Up! Cardstock going all the way back to 1997. Click Inspiration to scroll my projects. You'll find the directions and images all the way back to 2011. You may also want to check out the Basics button where I share about stamps, ink, and paper, card cutting bases and layers, and some of my favorite tools. Click Getting Organized to find lots of free resources like case inserts, labels for just about every product, catalog tabs, color tools, and much more. More organization means more time for crafting. Click Stamp Together if you're in Ventura County and come stamp at my house. You can also join my team if you're anywhere in the United States. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to my website so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.